So we are going to read Twilight, which is very exciting to me for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't understand it.
Are we going to switch off chapters or switch off paragraphs?
We should definitely switch off paragraphs.
Okay.
Because if we switch off chapters, one of us is going to kill himself.
Yeah.
Like yeah. I'm not even trying to be offensive, but like, it is not going to be.
Just in case we forget to like check chat every now and then. We are still here and doing stuff, but we might not get to your comments until after the reading is done. Yeah. Or at least I can't look at the chat because this will take up the whole window space. I cannot talk.
Use your words, darling. Use your words.
What words? I have none.
All right. We'll start with the preface and include that with chapter 1.
Okay. Wait. Hold on.
Siege, that's so funny. Well, it is a point, but...
I think Twilight broke Foxit.
Oh, dear.
It won't turn into anything but this little grubby hand.
Oh, my God. Well,
it's not responding.
Give it a second. I'm going to get some...
Okay.
Dry out while we read.
Okay.
So give it time.
Well, I'm sure everybody appreciates hearing that.
I'm going to pee.
Prepare your anus, Anna says.
Well, I don't pee from my anus, Anna.
No, she means the story.
Oh. Well, look, I know Twilight, so my anus is ready. My anus is ready for a big sparkly dick. A big sparkly undead dick. Without a soul.
Compared to 50 Shades, this show is actually good. Well, at least we could say that about this show. Better than 50 Shades of Grey. Better than most stories put out today.
On the Bad Fan Fiction Theater, New Computer Marathon, Red Knot Section, Segment, whatever. What the fuck ever. God blast it.
Who fucking cares anymore?
Twilight by Stephanie Meyer.
Holy fuck.
We are reading Twilight. Oh my God.
I never thought this would ever happen.
So, if you want to thank someone, look at Anna, because she's
Blame
the
her.
one.
Blame Sweden for all of this shit.
Not really. We love you. Okay.
Sometimes. Mira, you first.
Well, we always regret it when I go first, but
Well,
this is Twilight.
First anyway.
This is Twilight, so yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
Preface. I'd never given much thought to how I would die. What a promising beginning. Though I'd had reason enough in the last few months, but even if I had, I would not have imagined it like this.
Well, if she's dead already, does that mean we can stop reading?
No, because there's 4 books.
Fuck. I started with... Wait. I stared.
You had one job.
Shut up. I don't know you. You can't judge me.
You had me?
I had.
Yeah, but no.
Yeah, but no. I stared without breathing across the long room into the dark eyes of the hunter, and he looked pleasantly back at me.
Pleasantly?
That is shit.
He looked pleasantly back at me?
That whole sentence is it. That's like purple prose. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, it is kind of purple prose. I want to know how the dark eyes of the hunter looked pleasantly back at you. Or did he do a curtsy or something? Did he wink at you and say, "Hey, baby, hey"?
You look absolutely delicious. I'm gonna kill you now.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna have dinner.
It makes me moist. Oh, sorry. I was reading off the chat.
I was like, wait, where does it say that?
Oh, I'm fingering my... No, never mind. I'm not going to say that. That got really... We're supposed to keep this. All audiences.
All audiences, my ass.
Sure. Sarah, you are going to be the death of me, I swear. Surely it was a good way to die.
But we don't know how you're dying yet. And you haven't told us.
Well, especially after coming off of what we were talking about. Surely it was a good way to die in the place of someone else, someone I loved. Noble even. That ought to count for something.
But it doesn't. Your life is shit. I knew that if I'd ever gone to Forks.
Never.
Oh, never. My God, I can't read tonight. I knew that if I'd never gone to Forks, I wouldn't be facing death now. But terrified as I was, I couldn't bring myself to regret the decision. When life offers you a dream so far beyond any of your expectations, it's not reasonable to grieve when it comes to an end.
Well, it kind of is reasonable, actually. Like, if you have a
Yeah.
dream offered to you and then it ends, it's just kind of like,
This sucks.
yeah, you're gonna be like,
I wanted
well,
something
shit.
better than this.
Yeah, really.
Tapani drum?
Can I just do the first?
If you want to combine the two, go ahead.
Okay. The hunter smiled in a friendly way. Okay, so he's pleasant and friendly?
I guess.
As he sauntered forward to kill me. He sauntered? What, did he sashay?
Yes.
Was he shaking his ass? Have a tight
Yes.
little pair of buns? Chapter 1, First Sight. Yeah, exactly. Might as well go out with a bang.
Mm.
Yeah! I'm putting on my sunglasses.
Yeah!
All right. Chapter 1, First Sight. My mother drove me to the airport with windows rolled down. It was 75 degrees in Phoenix, the sky a perfect cloudless blue. I was wearing my favorite shirt, sleeveless white eyelet lace. I was wearing it as a farewell gesture. What?
Wait, if it's your favorite, then why would you wear it as a farewell gesture?
Are you going to take it off?
I
Fling it at your mom? Like...
I would assume if you didn't like the shirt, but your mom gave it to you, you would at least wear it for your mom, and then after you got on the plane, maybe you would have a spare shirt in your carry-on.
Farewell? You're wearing your shirt as a farewell gesture.
Yeah.
What, are you going to take it off? Like, Bella...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
like, if she didn't like but was just wearing it for her mom.
But it's a favorite shirt.
Right. So then how could she not like wearing it and thus wear it as a farewell gesture?
I don't know. I don't understand that either. Unless she was going to take it off and like show everybody the Bella tits at the airport. I don't know. My carry-on item was a parka. So you don't have a carry-on bag. You just have a parka.
Yeah, so you have no luggage at all.
So she's wearing a shirt and a parka, or carrying a parka with her to wear later.
In the Olympic Peninsula of northwest Washington State, a small town named Forks exists under a near constant cover of clouds. It rains on this inconsequential town. What? It rains on the inconsequential town more than any other place in the United States of America. How would you know this?
Maybe she read a travel guide.
It would be nice to have some information like that, but she doesn't say. She just states it as fact.
I guess we have to take her as a word.
Take her as a word.
Take her as her word.
At her word.
As her word.
Whatever.
Well, at her word or as her word. Doesn't matter. Potato, potato.
It was from this town and its gloomy, omnipresent shade that my mother escaped with me. Was she held captive? With me when I was only a few months old. It was in this town that I'd been compelled to spend a month every summer until I was 14. That was the year I finally put my foot down. These past 3 summers, my dad, Charlie, vacationed with me in California for 2 weeks instead. You know, not like he's got a very important job to be doing instead.
It was to Forks that I now exiled myself.
Oh, cry me a river.
An action I took with great horror. I detested Forks.
Then why go? I loved Phoenix. I loved the sun and the blistering heat. I wouldn't. I loved the vigorous, sprawling city.
I love the questionable politics. I love the desolate, blasted landscape. I loved my tits cooking alive during the horrible summer and the oppressive heat that made me want to vomit 24 hours a day. I loved waking up in the middle of the night and baking in my bed.
I also love using large words and, like I actually have some intelligence in my head.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dramatic gopher.
Bella, my mum said to me, the last of 1,000 times. Wow, she counted them out.
Apparently.
Wow, she's anal. Before I got on the plane,
Well, she does date a vampire eventually, so maybe she counts like that.
Oh yeah, maybe she has that counting beans thing. Yeah. You don't have to do this.
My mom looks like me. Thank you, ice making machine.
Yeah, we have an ice maker, so.
My mom looks at me, except my gosh, damn it. My mom looks like me, except with short hair and laugh lines. So how do you actually look? That doesn't tell me what you look like. What do you look like?
You look like, well, apparently she looks like a mini-me younger version of her mother.
I suppose. That doesn't really give me a description. I felt a spasm of panic as I stared at her wide, childlike eyes.
And I farted right there in the middle of the airport.
It was very loud and everyone stopped and stared.
And it really smelled horrible. Like, you'd think vampires would smell bad being dead, but this smelled worse. People talked about this happening in the Phoenix airport for years afterwards. I blame myself, Bella Swan, for the heightened security in Phoenix airport for 5 years after I left that place.
Yeah.
Man carrot!
Man carrot!
Man carrot!
Man carrot! How could I leave my loving, erratic, harebrained mother to fend for herself?
Wow, you're an asshole!
Exactly!
How could I leave the daffy old bitch to
Essentially. It's like me leaving my mom to, like, what the hell?
My pathetic retard of a mother, you know, like, why would you say something like that?
Because I'm an asshole. I mean, granted, when you're a teenager, you have that phase where you're like, I'm smarter than my parents are, even though that's complete bullshit, but sometimes true.
Yeah, still, I mean, my loving, erratic, harebrained mother to fend for herself. What is she like? Is she like a kitten in the snow or something?
Yeah. Of course, she had Phil now, so the bills would probably get paid.
Probably.
but maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm going to fuck off. Bye.
There would be food in the refrigerator, gas in her car, and someone to call when she got lost.
And most importantly, someone to pull
Got lost where?
Well, I guess she's harebrained, so maybe she gets lost on the way to the kitchen. Who knows?
Is your mother mentally disabled?
She goes wandering at night.
Does she have Alzheimer's or something?
That's terrifying. Like, when she gets lost, but you don't know when she gets lost or how. So apparently her mother is someone who suffers from dementia. She just goes wandering abruptly and she gets lost, and Bella's leaving her to fend for herself with a husband who may or may not pay the bills.
Okay, but still.
I want to go. I lied. I'd always been a bad liar, but I've been saying this lie so frequently lately that it sounded almost convincing now.
How can you tell that?
Can I do this?
Sure, if you want to.
Tell Charlie I said hi. I have to vary because it's a different person speaking. So if I sound ridiculous, it's because it's another person. They don't have anything with it, so I will.
I'll see you soon, she insisted. You can come home whenever you want. I'll come right back. What? Oh, okay. Why don't you just stop?
I was trying not to say something.
I'll come right back as soon as you need me. But I could see the sacrifice in her eyes behind the promise.
The humans.
Apparently, she's Satanist or something,
Well, Satanists don't really have.
Well, not really. Okay, I'm trying to think of
satanic cult.
Right. Yeah. A human sacrificing cult. We'll say that.
Yeah. You know, stereotypical horror. Satan. Not real Satanists, but Satan.
Don't worry about me, I urged. It'll be great. I love you, Mom. Yes, that sounds so encouraging.
True love. And also, Anna, I am cracking the fuck up. A random number on it. It's the number for Denny's. America.
America. Yeah, before all this, we watched like all the Nostalgia Critic commercial segments. So if we start referencing that, that's where they host.
And the number one dumbest one is the stupid red, white, and blue pancakes, where the dude is like, America.
America. Can you say anything else? America. Okay then, America. Okay, stop now. She hugged me tightly for a minute, and then I got on the plane. Wait, is she standing out there with you on the runway? I thought you were in a fucking car. When did you actually get there and get out?
Oh, you know, she gets curbside service. She's Bella fucking Swan, dude.
Okay. And then your mom just like fades from existence. Doesn't get back in the car and drive home, or I don't know how the fuck she got a car on the runway anyway.
Yeah, apparently she just wanders around.
Yeah, she's taking like a private flight jet or something. I don't know.
Blank King, it's a reference to this really stupid advert, Denny's. So it's basically their red, white, and blue pancakes. Some dude wanders in and is like, red, white, and blue pancakes. What's that taste like? And this other guy's like, America. It's the dumbest thing.
Yeah, it's a pretty dumb commercial.
It's so stupid.
I mean, they couldn't just be like, wow, those are some really good pancakes. What are they? They're the American pancakes. Or I mean,
they're blueberry pancakes with some strawberries on top.
And Cool Whip. That's pretty much it.
Also, Septal Power, that's a good idea. An anthology of fan fiction for people to gripe at. I think that is a beautiful idea, and this should be a thing. It's a 4-hour flight from Phoenix to Seattle, another hour in a small plane up to Port Angeles, and then an hour drive back down to Forks. Flying doesn't bother me. The hour in the car with Charlie, though, I was a little worried about.
Because I just refer to my dad by his name. Well,
yeah, some people were.
I guess, but that just seems weird. Charlie had really been fairly nice about the whole thing. Why don't you just say Charlie had been fairly nice? Why do you need the really been? Wordy as fuck. Stop it.
Well, maybe she's trying to convey surprise. Like, he'd really been very nice about the whole thing, rather than really been a dick about the whole thing. But I told him that I had his cojones, vice grip, and he was not going to be getting away with this.
They meant what? That's the wrong kind of male. The female ones.
I think that may have been a typo. It may have been a typo.
Okay. That's understandable.
Okay. Where were you?
I was.
Oh, you were starting, but it's short.
Yeah.
Wait, no. You've been really failing.
Yeah, I was complaining about that. He seemed genuinely pleased that. Well, I would hope so, being your dad.
He seemed genuinely pleased, but we all know what he was thinking.
Yeah. He seemed genuinely pleased that I was coming to live with him for the first time with any degree of permanence. Do you not speak normally? Can you not express things in a way that makes sense without overcomplicating the sentence?
I mean, I think it's not too bad, but it's just like, this could have used a little.
Yeah, she needed a freaking editor. He'd already gotten me registered for high school.
You can do that without someone being...
I don't know. I just remember when I moved from the county to the city, I went with Mom to sign up for class. And she filled out paperwork. I never really asked her what that entailed. But yeah. Registered me for high school and was going to help me get a car. Well, that was nice of him.
Yeah, it was. But it was sure to be awkward with Charlie. Neither of us was what anyone would call verbose. I didn't know what there was to say regardless. I knew he was more than a little confused by my decision. Like my mother before me. That's rather dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like my mother before me. I hadn't made a secret of my distaste for folks.
Well, I don't care really all that about going to Knoxville, but whatever. If I had to live there, I would. When I landed in Port... Wait, you're not even there yet? Or are you talking about this past tense now? When I landed in Port Angeles, I guess.
Yeah.
It was raining. I didn't see it as an omen, just unavoidable. I'd already said my goodbyes to the sun.
Oh. Charlie was waiting for me with the cruiser. This I was expecting too. Charlie is Police Chief Swan to the good people of Forks.
And not to anybody else he might have to go and visit as a cop.
I'm just trying to think, well, what does that make him to everybody else? Like, Charlie's Chuck to the dude down at the bar. My primary motivation behind buying a car, despite the scarcity of my funds, was that I refused to be driven around town in a car with red and blue lights on top.
Why? I mean, would it look like you're a criminal if you're hanging out with your dad?
Nothing slows down traffic like a cop. This I can kind of see because, like, if you just suddenly move somewhere and your dad's like the chief of police, what better buzzkill than to be always hanging around with the chief of police?
Well,
Like
yeah,
being
but
cop cars. I mean, I know you can't help it, but I think a lot of, especially a lot of teenagers, would feel of all the adults to be around,
Yeah.
that would be the worst adult to be around, and so I can kind of see.
Charlie gave me an awkward one-armed hug when I stumbled my way off the plane. So you're not actually in the car yet going anywhere. You're just talking about stuff.
Stumbled away
I
off
guess.
the plane. What did you have? Did you have cocktails in first class or something? Yeah, I'm over 21. Fuck you. Give me another gimlet. And shut up, honey. Yeah, wiggle that ass right back to the stewardess's station. I want an extra onion this time. Don't think I can't see you. You better not spit in that. I'm watching you.
I'll beat you the shit out of your face if you backed off me, bitch. It's good to see you, Bells, he said, smiling as he automatically caught and steadied me because apparently you're about to fall over for some reason.
I'm telling you, it's the gimlets.
You haven't changed much. How's Renee? Or your mother would, how you would, whatever.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
I guess.
It's okay,
I suppose.
It could be. I do agree
Yeah.
that how's your mother would be
Yeah.
a lot better. Like, why name her if she's
Yeah.
not going to make any material
Yeah.
contribution to the story? It's just something to clutter.
I don't think she shows up anymore in this particular book, does she?
I think she calls her, but I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's it. I don't remember her ever showing up again. Maybe I'm forgetting. It's been a long time. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've read anything but fan fiction of Twilight, so I don't really actually remember. Mom's fine. It's good to see you too, Dad. I wasn't allowed to call him Charlie to his face. Then why were you allowed to call him Charlie at all? That doesn't make any sense. Why refer to him as Charlie if he doesn't allow you to call him that to his face?
Yeah.
So you're calling him Charlie to everyone else,
Yeah.
but not to him. That makes no fucking sense. That would be like if you were only allowed to call me Sizzle Tits, but not to my face.
Also, kind of disrespectful if he has asked you to call him one thing, but you only call that to his face, and everywhere else you call him something else.
Yeah, well, I mean, it can be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But
Unless they've like if like with you, I call you both ch1a and Phoenix.
Yeah.
The people who are more likely to understand, even though, because for some people like my mother or my uncle, ch1a is kind of a mouthful.
Yeah.
It got to the point where I think I called you Hershey once. Mom heard Hershey, like Hershey Kisses or Hershey bars, and so she would call you Hershey.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever explained that to you, but that's where she got that nickname from.
Well, I answer to so many things, and sometimes people have problems with this or that, so I'm just like, just don't call me late for dinner, because if someone says some weird name, I presume they're talking about me, because usually that's what happens. So.
Okay, sorry, I was a little lost. I had to find my place again. I had only a few bags, though you didn't have any bags when you got on the plane.
Yeah,
How do
really.
you get bags now? Most of my Arizona clothes, because there's a difference, were too permeable for Washington.
Which is it's one of those, it seems like she's just using $5 words to use them. Like permeable, you can say, my clothes were too thin for Washington.
Yeah.
It means the same damn thing. Put away a thesaurus. You don't have to use $5 words to impress us.
Or you could even say they were too light.
Yeah, too light.
For the weather.
Yeah, too light, too thin. Something like that. But permeable? Permeable? That does not roll off the tongue, Bella.
Oh, somebody wanted to know where you go.
Oh, well, I was doing some work in Japanese comics, and my working name, of course, was Phoenix. That's me. And one of my friends, my Japanese, she had the pet name of Erin, used a spelling of ch1a, which is a Japanese word for phoenix. So the way that she spelled it is the way that it's basically another way to spell other than the most common way. That's where it comes from.
Yay!
You totally should come up with your own name for me, as long as it's not insulting.
Mine would probably be that fat chick who's an asshole. Mine probably would be rude like that.
What?
A name, if they came up with their own name for me.
No, and that's horrible. You shouldn't think that. But I thought you were saying that they should come up with that name for me.
No,
I was like,
no,
what?
No, no.
I was so confused. I was like, what? Where would they get that from?
No.
I don't even know where they get that from for you, but I don't know where they get that from for me.
I'm so
like, what? I mean, I'm okay with it, but I'm just like, I try not to be an asshole, you know.
Well, see, it was like that one time I was on Nicole's stream, and of course, her whole thing is she has a harem. All the girls are part of her harem, and so she gives everybody harem names. And I forget what mine was, but it was something incredibly rude. But but that was the first thing that came to her mind, and she's like, "Can I call you that? Is it okay for me to call you that as a joke?" I'm like, "Sure, I don't care." And so that's what my nickname was for maybe a month or so. And then Mom started to watch her streams.
Oh no!
And she's like, "I'm not going to call you that ever in front of your mom, so I'm just going to call you Kassie." I'm like, "That's okay."
Unfortunately, I can't be Bob because I didn't kill Laura Palmer. But I can be Agent H. I can be Preparation H.
Go ahead and get food, Anna.
Yeah, actually, I need to get more
also
water.
Hungry.
So, yeah, let's take a short break to get a little bit of food, but we will continue with Twilight after a very short break. I will be back in just like a minute or two, and Kassie can be back a little bit later. I can actually continue reading Twilight if you like.
If you want to. I was just gonna. Do you think the microwave would pick up?
The microwave may pick up. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just have a brief break, but hopefully it won't interfere with the connection.
I don't think so.
No, it should.
So
okay. So Anna, grab some food real quick. We are gonna go and grab some food and water, and we will continue right after this short break with Twilight, Chapter 1 on Bad Fan Fiction Theatre New Computer Marathon, the Red Knot segment. We'll be right back.
BRB.
Do the shameless promotion for Anna's comic. You know the comic. You know that one?
Yes.
Do it.
Hold on.
Do it.
I need the link.
Come on.
I need be quiet. Be quiet, you. I need the link to her comic.
Okay.
I have to find it.
Okay, keep talking.
I'm talking.
She's finding the link. She's talking.
Oh wait, we can't.
She's finding the link. It's Anna's comic. I don't know what it is, but she's finding the link, so I'm singing for you. Really gotta pee, but I'm singing for you. I'll get more ice water. I'll sing for you. I'm refueling my bladder. I'll sing it for you. In a minute, maybe I will find him to be.
Go ahead.
I can't. I'm keeping them amused.
Her comic is Helix.
Okay, I could have.
If I can spell Helix properly. It's okay. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me find it. I will be able to direct you to it. Comic. Can't find my bookmark of it. There it is. All right. Anna's comic is Helix. It is a street rat is given a second chance when he is dragged from the gutter and into a new life. Will he accept his position at the side of royalty or fight every step of the way? It is rated M for sex, basically slash, violence, nudity, language, and dark themes. Warnings, references to child abuse and sexual abuse. And you can find it on Smack Jeeves. I would put a link in the thing, but it won't let me. I did it.
Yay! You did the thing.
I have it bookmarked, but I couldn't find it. So I don't know where it has gone. Okay, I need to go back to there we go. TikTok. Yes, I will. So don't worry. If you want to find the comic, hold on. Let me actually click on the link. I will say the whole thing to you.
Did someone say TikTok?
Yes, because because they were like, you have only so long to actually, give the comic link and all that.
The dudes are learning because they hear we got swagger, but we kick them to the curb and let's
I need to actually get to the first page of the comic. Okay, here we go. It is www.helixcomic, helixcomic.com/chapter/ or, well, you could just do the helix.com thing, and that would work. But specifically, if you want an easy access to chapter 1, it's chapter/47984/chapter-1-hatching. I know, I went about that the most complicated, silly way possible, but
just link them to helixcomic.com.
I can't post links.
Yeah, I know, just tell them though.
I just did.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You don't have to go anywhere. Go.
Okay.
All right, apologies if you hear microwave stuff in the background, but Caleb needs food badly. I think so. I think that's it. Let me click on her computer and hope I don't fuck this completely up.
If we disappear, we'll fix it.
Yeah, it's helixcomic.com. Exactly, Anna. Which I should have.
Sorry, I'm going to cut the long way there.
Yeah, it's basically that. So sorry about that. Oh shit. I think I accidentally clicked something. I may not have, but I may have. I don't know if I did or not. I was putting it down there and then it started transferring data, but it may just be the
yeah,
screen.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's not doing it. It's okay.
Okay. Talking as loud as possible. No. All right, Blau. See you soon.
Bye.
We'll be right back. We'll see you here. Both of what? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah. Well, the name is in Indian, so. But read the directions. You may want to turn on the light. It's the rightmost switch. Okay. So Cassie's getting some nice curried chickpea potato pocket thingies. Later, I will heat up my Chinese from yesterday, but we want to stagger that, and I'm not really that. Well, those are. Yeah. Oh, a pizza sounds good. We were going to order pizza yesterday, but the pizza place that I love and love using does not deliver anymore on Grubhub to my place. And I don't know if this other website I found is the same place, but it's really hard to use. And there's a pizza place at the end of the road that just moved in there, but they're so fucking expensive.
It was like $30 for 2 medium-sized pizzas.
I know, it was like $30 for 2 medium-sized pizzas. Ridiculous. But anyway, but anybody got any questions or want me to talk about anything specifically while Caleb heats up her food?
There we go. Caleb struggles to make food.
Because I'm here for you. All right. I like to get I really like thick crust. I like thick crust. I really love black olives and green peppers on pizza. I love it. Absolutely love it. It is one of my absolute favorites. But I also love garlic. I love mushrooms. I love spinach and feta. I really like Kalamata olives. Are really good on pizza. The Greek style pizzas are really, really, really. I'm okay with the Roma tomatoes or the fire roasted tomatoes. I actually also like sweet kernel corn, which is one of those things I picked up from Japan. And India I think also does it, but it's a kind of uncommon thing here. But corn on pizza is actually my day. My day has been pretty good. It has been a good day so far. We've had kind of a slow slow progression. It took us a while to wake up this morning, but we've been getting ready steadily for the stream, doing test runs and things. We've had a good day though.
We don't know if we'll be able to actually play any games, but we should.
Yeah, we don't know, but yeah, I do need to read your comic. Anna, if you could email me, and if you don't have the address, I know Kassie can give it to you, but email me with the link because I organize my entire life through my inbox. I always forget if it's not there. So if you email me a link, I will remember. It's in that one video, do not read list, but I'm sure we can generate it here for you.
Generate what?
Our do not read list.
Oh, right. Basically anything absurdly long, like more that would take longer than 10 hours, but since we are doing a marathon, I'm going to shorten that to anything longer than 3 hours.
Yeah, because we don't want to do the same thing over and over again. Like, even this is the thing is, if we're doing some sort of saga like My Inner Life, that would be the whole friggin' marathon.
Yeah,
so it would
that is not possible. Nothing for me specifically, nothing containing a lot of focus on things like vomit, piss, shit. I can do something like necrophilia, but I would prefer not to because we are streaming. But I also don't really like really sad and death pics.
Yeah.
And especially if Huck's on, he doesn't like that kind of stuff either. But something like, it was kind of gross, but we read the Pokemon story, and Hawk and I were both kind of like, ew, but we were okay with that.
Yeah.
But, so nothing terribly long over, like, that would take us longer than 3 hours. Nothing really gross exactly. I'm okay with non-con.
Yeah.
I'm okay with rape. Well, that is non-con what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Questionable
I think you
things.
mean like non-con and dub-con.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Really just run a story by us if you're not sure you want to request something like that before you send us money. And then if we say, yeah, we do that if you wanted us to, for the donation, then you can. So if you're just confused, like just tell us what the title of it is and who wrote it and where we can find it, and we will go and look real quick.
Yeah, and for me, I don't really like deathy or, particularly unpleasant in that way. Thick, I really don't care much for it. It's not to say I won't necessarily ever get into it, but I don't really like it. I'm also not a fan of pregnancy, which was which kind of is understandable with My Inner Life, but I will still do it unless it's like ch1a level pregnancy. But I don't tend to like it very much. I don't like graphic violence very much. I also am really uncomfortable, as I said earlier, with certain types of... Don't throw that out. No, I recycle it. Just put it there. It's fine. Sorry, we're behind the scenes. But I really don't like graphic violence. I really don't like death in stories. I'm really not big on pregnancy ch1a level. I don't like, obviously, hate speech.
So anything that maybe if it mentions like once or twice, like certain words, but it's just like filled with that crap. The answer.
And if it's super gross, like we
had to do that one Scooby-Doo story.
And that was gross. Yeah. And especially if it's gross for grossness sake.
Yeah.
If it's its own thing and it has a reason, that's okay. But like I don't mind piss. Like piss is it's okay with me. I don't mind incest. I don't mind ch1a. I don't mind all these various things. But I really don't like it when something is just trying to be gross for grossness' sake and not really trying to present it as something interesting or doing something. But I also don't like mean-spirited stuff. I just really don't like.
So like the My Little Pony stuff, I would be more okay with reading, but neither Hawk or ch1a would.
Yeah. And I mean, Siege, if it has some gross moments, but they're not like the focus of the story and not like gross for grossness' sake, it should be kind of I'll go get you a paper towel for that.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even... Wait, they're right here.
Oh, they are right here. I brought them over so I wouldn't have to get up, and I got up.
It's okay.
Well, Siege, the worst that we can say is we're not comfortable. So I mean, you could pitch it to us and we could have a look.
Yeah, again, if you're not sure about it, just tell us what it is, and if we say we do it if you want, wanted to donate the money or whatever, Yeah. Yeah. That way everybody's happy all
Yeah.
around.
And if one of us is kind of not happy with it, the other of us might be able to read it for you if we can't read it together. But yeah. So any other questions? As you see, we've got law there. We do need to about 9 we could do
Yeah. Well, I was thinking since it is close to 9, what we could do is go ahead and finish the Twilight chapter,
Yeah.
and then go into the special thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then afterwards.
Yeah. So I can wait to.
Eat it while we go.
Okay.
Yeah, eat it while we go. It'll be okay. Well, I mean, we'll.
I can at least follow the way for whenever we decide to. When we're actually recording for the show.
Yeah, when we're
not streaming.
Yeah, when we're not streaming, just send us.
So I will type that away.
But yeah, be fine. But we're going to continue with Twilight and read through the rest of the first chapter, and then we are going to break for our special thing, and hopefully we'll be able to get other people in on it. We're hoping that Law will be able to join us, perhaps even Hawkeye if he turns up. But of course, Laura's here, so hopefully we'll be able to get her to join us as well.
Yay! Thank you, Chris.
Chris J.
Thank you so much.
And click on that, maybe. Leave a suggestion.
Well, hold on. Let me move this.
Okay.
I keep forgetting that gets in the way.
Yeah.
I don't see anything, so I'll just go to refresh.
Okay. Well, sorry.
It's okay.
We got a $30 donation from Chris J.
He didn't say anything. He just donated it. Okay. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chris J. If you're listening, if you want us to read something, you did donate $30. So
that's another Twilight chapter.
Yeah. No, it's 27 is a Twilight chapter.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's over 27.
Yeah, but 30 for a specific
He didn't say.
Yeah, I know he didn't say, but I'm saying if they're here.
Oh.
If they're here in the chat.
I'm sorry.
Stay with me, darling.
I'm half paying attention as usual.
It's okay. Okay, so Chris J, who donated $30 a minute ago, is here. Okay, hey, Siege. Okay, you can just just email the suggestion to Kassie, and she can look it over, and we can definitely try and get to it. I'm sure if it just has some gross moments and it doesn't revolve around, we can probably read it.
Okay,
awesome. And thank you so much. We really appreciate the donation.
That was the Samus is pregnant, right?
No, that's Blaupunk.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. See, Siege has not emailed yet, so.
Okay.
So just email Kassie at calebcat@hotmail.com.
Yes. Who's calling me darling?
Darling.
I'm assuming.
Okay, Blaupunk. We are taking requests on the marathon for $30 donations, but if you don't have the money to donate, we just appreciate you spreading the word, getting other people watching, and hopefully donating. And you can send us an email of the story you want to request for when we are recording afterwards, after the marathon, and we will look at it and get back to you. So sorry for all the confusion, everybody. We're trying to do our best, but we are.
At the moment, there's only 2 of us.
Yeah, and
one of us is not paying attention, even though it is my marathon.
And of course, we are trying to make sure we are, fed and watered as we go. But yeah, Siege, just remember to email Caleb here, and she will get the mail soon. And we will...
I think he's meaning like pairing me and ch1a together as a couple.
I think that may be the ship. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Siege. Okay. Yeah, we can work with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
Whatever
Or you can just go ahead and give it to me, and I won't do it until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you're here when we do the story.
Yeah, that would be fine. We're probably gonna start it. When did you want to start tomorrow?
I don't know. We were gonna go until it'll at least be at 6, but might be earlier than that tomorrow.
Yeah, we might start a little earlier tomorrow, and we will have it. We probably have it on a different address. We will make sure to note the address. If you will follow her. Well, of course, if you follow the channel, it'll be up on the channel, and you will see that it's a new thing. So just go to the one on the channel. But we'll try and post it at Tumblr and elsewhere as well, if possible.
Yeah, I'll put things everywhere, and of course, they'll become the main thing on my channel when we go live.
Yeah, so check back at the YouTube channel because it will be the main.
The latest we'll stream tomorrow is at 6 p.m., but it is possible we will stream earlier than that. Yeah. It really depends on how long we go tonight, and of course, when we end this stream, we will tell we will say when we're going to start, and I'll even leave it in the description so it's easy to find.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I know those are a little bit hot, but they are good. I love them. But yeah. Let's keep going with Twilight though. Oh, I love cookies. I wish we could share.
I'd love cookies.
Fresh cool.
Was I reading or was you?
We're having Cassie's having these. They're sort of like hot pockets. I get them at Trader Joe's, but they are they're an Indian dish. They are curried chickpeas and potatoes and filled hot pockets. So they're really easy to crisp up in a microwave. So it's really nice. You want me to read while you eat?
Yes.
I can do that. Okay. All right.
I was like, is it my turn? Because I'm going to at least finish this one, and then I'm ready to read again. And then when we finish this chapter, I'll read the other one unless you want.
All right. No, I can do it as long as you need. We're resuming Twilight, Chapter 1 by Stephanie Meyer on the Bad Fanfiction Theatre New Computer Marathon Red Knot segment. Continue.
Go.
My mum and I had pooled our resources to supplement my winter wardrobe, but it was still scanty. It all fit easily into the trunk of the cruiser. I found a good car for you, really cheap, he announced when we were strapped in. What kind of car? I was suspicious of the way he said good car for you, as opposed to just good car. Did you?
Are you sure?
Yes, it's
okay,
fine.
Okay.
I don't want it to be
all
cold.
right.
It's best when it's hot. Yes, you get me fussing like a mother hen.
Mama Hoosh.
Yeah, Mama Hoosh.
No, you were Father Hoosh from that one time.
Was it?
I think it was during MIL.
Probably. Yeah.
I forget why, but I said you said was ranting about something. Okay, here we are. He was ranting about something, and then I said, "Yes, Father. Yes, Father Hoosh."
Siege. That title alone sounds amazing. Miss Frizzle gets crunk.
I don't even know what that's from, but I'm gonna check it out.
Miss Frizzle's from the.
Oh right. Okay, this is. Okay, this is kind of long, but it is within range. This shouldn't take us all that long. Well, what do you say?
Yeah, it looks okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right.
All right, let me bookmark it because I am liable to
lose
it.
I mean, it's 2,813 words, so it is beneath the 5,000 words of our
That's
limit.
totally fine. No, I need that bad fanfic, not fanfiction in general. That's for my good stories that I want to read later.
Yeah.
I'm on. Oh, too many tabs are open. Okay, I'm back. I am back.
It should be a fairly evil story to read, but we should probably be it.
Just so you know, MIL is 23 videos.
Yeah.
And it is bad.
Archie, the magic. My inner life is a terrible, terrible story, but you will enjoy our torment. All right, back to Twilight. Well, it's a truck, actually. Okay, since it's another person. Well, it's a truck, actually. A Chevy. Where did you find it? Do you remember Billy Black down at the Push? The Push is the tiny Indian reservation on the coast.
It is?
Apparently. No. He used to go fishing with us during the summer, Charlie prompted. That's not a prompt. That would explain why I didn't remember him. I do a good job of blocking painful, unnecessary things from my memory.
Wow, you're a dick.
Well,
did he rape you or something? Is that what you're blocking from your memory?
I don't know. Maybe she just really doesn't like fishing. He's in a wheelchair now, Charlie continued when I didn't respond. So he can't drive anymore, and he offered to sell me his truck cheap. That is so sad. Like, what a sad history. Why are you telling her this?
Well,
this
wouldn't Jacob need it?
This is horrible. Yeah, like, you would imagine Jacob could use the car, but...
I mean, granted, they're werewolves, so maybe not, but...
Still, I mean, it would help to have a cover. You know. What year is it? I could see from his change of expression that this was the question he was hoping I wouldn't ask. Well, Billy's done a lot of work on the engine. It's only a few years old, really. I don't know. I don't think my throat would love me for doing that.
That's like me talking in a Joker voice all the time.
Hey, Holly.
It's not doable. Hey, Holly. Where are those condoms at? I think that was worse than usual.
That was worse than usual. I hope you didn't think so little of me as to believe I would give up that easily. When did he buy it? He bought it in 1984, I think. Did he buy it new? Well, no. I think it was new in the early 60s, or late 50s at the earliest, he admitted sheepishly. Dad, I don't really know anything about cars. I wouldn't be able to fix it if anything went wrong, and I couldn't afford a mechanic.
Well, he's got a fucking job if it tears up, and plus he's a cop.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he... And I mean...
And who's to say he doesn't know a friend or something that would be happy to
he
work
just
on
said
it?
his friend worked on it, so I mean...
Right.
He doesn't, even if he's in a wheelchair, that doesn't mean he can't work on cars. He can work on cars, you know. He has arms that are fully functional. But anyway.
I mean, yeah, there's some concern because it is a very old car, but still.
Really, Bella, the thing runs great. They don't build them like that anymore. The thing, I thought to myself. It had possibilities, as a nickname at the very least. How cheap is cheap? After all, that was the part I couldn't compromise on. Well, honey, I kind of already bought it for you. As a homecoming gift. Charlie peeked sideways at me with a Charlie peeked sideways at me with a hopeful expression. Wow, free. You didn't need to do that, Dad. I was going to buy myself a car.
With what money you have?
Well, she said she had some money.
That doesn't mean she has enough money.
Well,
I mean, I guess you can make monthly installments.
She said she had some money to put a car, but remember, because she didn't want to be driven around in a red and blue light. So I can't really blame her. I don't mind. I want you to be happy here. He was looking ahead at the road when he said this. Charlie wasn't comfortable with expressing his emotions out loud. I inherited that from him. So I was looking straight ahead as I responded. That's really nice, Dad. Thanks. I really appreciate it.
With no emotion at all.
That's really nice, Dad. Thanks. I really appreciate it. No need to add that my being happy in Forks is he didn't need to suffer along with me, and I never looked a free truck in the mouth or engine. That makes it seem like you get free trucks all the time. Like, is this a trend? Do people just hurl free vehicles at you all the time?
I'd like that.
Well,
save
now.
me from walking around.
Well, now, you're welcome, he mumbled, embarrassed by my thanks. Oh, we'll hurry, Anna, we'll hurry.
Sorry.
And you can always listen later.
Yeah, remember, it's recording.
Yeah.
Up to 8 hours.
That's right. We exchanged a few more comments on the weather, which was wet, and that was pretty much it for conversation. We stared out the windows in silence. Well, I hope you didn't both stare out the windows, because otherwise your car is going to go crazy.
It was beautiful, of course. I couldn't deny that. What is? That you're staring outside the window, that your car that you haven't seen yet. Okay. Everything was green. The trees, their trunks covered with moss, their branches hanging with a canopy of it. Awkwardly stated, but okay. The ground covered with ferns. Even the air filtered down greenly through the leaves. It was too green. An alien planet.
Greenly? Can you do something greenly? I didn't know that was a viable adverb. Now I'm coughing. Anyway, eventually we made it to Charlie's. He still lived in the small 2-bedroom house that he'd bought with my mother in the early days of their marriage. Those are the only kind of days their marriage had, the early ones. There, parked on the street in front of the house that never changed, was my new to me, truck. It was a faded red color with big rounded fenders and a bulbous cab. To my intense surprise, I loved it. What, did you just orgasm in the car? Like, how intense can your surprise really be? I didn't know if it would run, but I could see myself in it. So the windows were polished. It was waxed. Plus, it was one of those solid iron affairs that never gets damaged. When you see at the scene of an accident, unscratched, surrounded by the pieces of the foreign car it had destroyed? What the hell?
Describing things
That's
like
horrible. This. Like, why would you say that? That's so ridiculous.
I don't even understand. Wow, Dad, I love it. Thanks. Because it looks like a murder scene, I guess. Now my horrific day tomorrow would be just that much less dreadful.
What horrific day tomorrow?
The first day of school.
Why would you ever travel the day before the day you go to school? Why would you start school the next day after you arrive?
Maybe it was cheaper that day. I don't know.
Well, that's stupid though. What kind of parent would be like, yeah, you're just getting in today. I know there's jet lag and you're exhausted from your trip. You've only traveled like several thousand miles, but you're going to school tomorrow. What an asshole. No wonder she calls him Charlie.
I wouldn't be faced with the choice of either walking 2 miles in the rain to school or accepting a ride in the Chief's cruiser.
Now you're doing it.
Yeah. No, come back, napkin.
So I do these next two, or
if you want to.
Okay. I'm glad you like it, Charlie said gruffly, embarrassed again. It only took one trip to get all my stuff upstairs. I got the west bedroom that faced out over the front yard. The room was familiar. It belonged to me since I was born. The wooden floor, the light blue walls, the peaked ceiling, the yellow lace curtains around the window, these were all a part of my childhood, although hopefully it wasn't yellowed when you were a child. The only changes Charlie had ever made was switching the crib for a bed and then switching it back to a crib again. You totally are this.
No, I was checking out the request.
The only changes Charlie had ever made was switching the crib for a bed and then adding a desk as I grew. The desk now held a second-hand computer with a phone line for the modem stapled along the floor to the nearest phone jack. This was a stipulation from my mother so that we could stay in touch easily. The rocking chair from my baby days was still in the corner.
I'm so
Stay
sorry.
with us.
I'm so sorry. There was only one small bathroom at the top of the stairs, which I would have to share with Charlie. I was trying not to dwell too much on that fact.
Yeah, because when he lays some logs, he lays some logs.
Look, I've shared a bathroom with people. And yeah, sometimes it can be pretty smelly, and especially if somebody doesn't remember to flush. But good grief, person. Like, really.
Although I have to say, if it's a 2-story house with like enough bedrooms for a small family, there should probably be at least like one and a half bathrooms.
Yeah, I was going to say at least another bathroom.
Yeah, at least something with a toilet that you can piss in. Okay. One of the best things about Charlie is he doesn't hover. He left me alone to unpack and get settled, a feat that would have been altogether impossible for my mother. It was nice to be alone, not to have to smile and look pleased. A relief to stare dejectedly out the window at the sheeting rain and let just a few tears escape. I wasn't in the mood to go on a real crying jag. I would save that for bedtime, when I would have to think about the coming morning. Good God, you're an agony aunt. You're a sad sister. What the hell? Why are you so upset about this? Like, why was this the... I don't even understand. It's not like he's being hostile to you. This is pretty much ideal circumstance. I mean,
yeah,
and especially in a way that her father is the chief of police, because like if anybody tries any shit with her, who is going to try any shit with her in this piss-out town anyway?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of the best possible scenarios that she could have. She has a nice place to live. She's only 2 miles from the school, so if she has to walk, you know, she doesn't have to worry about it. She's got a car that was given to her. You know, her father is not the kind to hover. You know, he doesn't obsess over her and, you know, fuss over her all the time. I don't see what the fuck is wrong, except, of course, the fact that he's making her go to school the day after she gets him off the plane. That I kind of have a problem with, but that can be attributed to shitty writing. So.
I'm starting here, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Forks High School had a frightening total of only 357, now 58 students. Big whoop-de-doo, how's that scary? It's a small school.
I went to a school that only had like these students. I mean, seriously, at one point I did.
There were more than 700 people in my junior class alone back home. In a single class? Wow, there must have been some big classrooms. All the kids here had grown up together. Their grandparents had been toddlers together. How do you know this? People move in and out of places all the time.
Yeah, I mean, even in piss-out towns, more and more lately too. I mean, people don't always just stay where the next couple then. Or did you want to do the next?
Sure, I can. I would be the new girl from the big city, a curiosity, a freak. Well, you're also a dumbass.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, yeah, it's hard to fit in different places, and as I said before, you shouldn't be going to school the day after you get in because you are going to be trashed. But big whoop, it's like it's a senior year, isn't it? No, it's a junior. No? Because
I think it's her senior year
yeah,
now.
it's got to be a senior year now because there was a junior class back home and they're starting a new year. So she's a senior. So, like, you're going to a new school for senior year. And I did that too. And it wasn't really that hard because, like, you were about to be out of school. Nobody really cared. Nobody gave two shits. But anyway, maybe if I looked like a girl from Phoenix should, I could work this to my advantage. But physically, I'd never fit in anywhere. I should be tan, sporty, blonde, volleyball player, a cheerleader perhaps. All the things that go with living in the Valley of the Sun. Well, if you're an idiot, you expect that from people that do, but come on!
Yeah. Instead, I was ivory skinned, so you had no pigment at all in your skin.
Purple prose.
I guess. Without even the excuse of blue eyes or red hair, despite the constant sunshine. Some people like staying in their houses instead of going out. I had always been slender, but soft somehow. Obviously not an athlete, and there's a problem with that. Somehow, I didn't have the necessary hand-eye.
Oh, see you later. See you later, Purple. Come
Bye-bye.
back and see us. We'll be on tomorrow too. Just check the main channel for the video.
Bella is so special, guys. I didn't have the necessary hand-eye coordination to play sports without humiliating myself. Well, neither do I. And harming both myself and anyone else who stood too close.
When I finished putting my clothes in the old pine dresser, I took my bag of bathroom necessities and went to the communal bathroom. Don't call it the communal bathroom. That's Siri. That's Siri. That's silly.
Well, it is Siri too.
To clean myself up after the day of travel, I looked at my face in the mirror as I brushed through my tangled, damp hair. Maybe it was the light, but already I looked sallower, unhealthy. Well, of course you fucking looked unhealthy. I've just finished saying you traveled all fucking day. You should not be going to school tomorrow. You should be resting for the next day or two. My skin could be pretty. It was very clear, almost translucent.
If it's translucent, I would imagine almost see-through person.
But it all depended on color. I had no color here.
Well, I would imagine not if you're ivory.
What about all that green? That shade?
Well, yeah. Facing my pallid reflection in the mirror, I was forced to admit that I was lying to myself. It wasn't just physically that I'd never fit in, and if I couldn't find a niche in a school with 3,000 people, what were my chances here? Tell them all to piss off and do your own thing?
Yeah, and it's not necessarily more or less likely it's larger or small. I mean, it's tempting to think that it is, but really it isn't. I didn't relate well to people my age. Maybe the truth was that I didn't relate well to people, period. Even my mother, who I was closer to than anyone else on the planet,
even though
you called her a demented old hag,
yeah,
was never in harmony with me, never on exactly the same page.
Well, who is really when it comes to kids? There's kind of a generation there.
Well, I mean, anybody is probably going to think, well, nobody knows you as well as you can know yourself. Not everybody knows themselves particularly well, but like no one's going to know you as well. So
yeah, my mother was like that. My mom didn't
give it context.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Okay.
But you're doing things and I'm being distracted. But she was very pale. I mean, sometimes she would even joke that she was so white she was ghost-like. That people thought she was a ghost. And she'd go out in the sun, but she couldn't get tanned at all. And she would try. And if I remember right, I think she did say it was something about she didn't have enough iron in her blood.
Yeah.
No one understands me.
You dod.
Who died?
You dod and Inobi and Bobby.
And all his muscles.
Sometimes I wondered if I was seeing the same things through my eyes that the rest of the world was seeing through theirs. Maybe there was a glitch in my brain. The cause didn't matter. All that mattered was the effect. Tomorrow would be just the beginning. You are so distracting. You are naughty.
I'm so sorry.
No, I loved it. I loved every second of it.
It's just that she keeps going on and on. And I'm like, I would rather kill myself.
Wind it up. Come on.
I'm like, fuck this
Bring
person.
it home, Bella. Come on.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't sleep well that night, even after I was done crying.
What do you mean, even after I was done crying? Like, crying makes you go to sleep?
Why were you crying anyway?
I usually cried, and it knocked me right out. So I was really confused why I didn't sleep well after I had done sobbing my eyes out. My pillow was wet as if I had pissed on it, and it smelled like crap. But I don't know why that would stop me.
I shit in it before I cried.
Well, that would make you cry, all right. Bella shits on her pillow and cries. Also, hello, whoever joined us, because there's 14 watching now. We're talking about Bella Swan shitting on her pillow and crying. We're reading Twilight, so welcome.
Hello. Hello. Okay. The constant whooshing. She is. She's doing exactly what we just said she was.
Yep.
Of the rain and wind across the room fade into the background. I pulled the faded old quilt over my head and later added the pillow too, but I couldn't fall asleep until after midnight when the rain finally settled into a quieter drizzle.